Shalom Israel. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakak, Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to the elect. And this just in. Oh, wait. I don't want to turn the phone. But, this just in. It says, you are the product. And this was off, I found this off of RT News. Entitled May 23rd. May 23rd, 2019. Alright, which is today. Thursday, May 23rd, 2019. Alright, so this is an update on the RFID chip. So it says, you are the product, Comcast to capture medical info, Ben Swan. So I'm going to just let the video play, and Lord willing, I'll, give a commentary as it plays.
Comcast is synonymous with cable TV, something you watch, but now Comcast wants to watch you. The media conglomerate is apparently beginning a pilot program for a new product that would track the user's basic health metrics using ambient sensors. Originally reported by CNBC, the device could even monitor how frequently you go to the bathroom. And they're not the only ones. Amazon also looking to expand into the wearable tech field now, too. So joining us to discuss, investigative journalist Ben Swan. So Ben, Comcast is already in our homes in the way of our TVs for those who haven't yet cut the cord. Even if you have, they provide internet services. They recently got into the sphere of home security with cameras and things of that nature. Tell us what this device is all about.
So this device would essentially be aimed at a market of older Americans, which is why it kind of fits with going the cable route, right? You already have cable companies and technicians, and these aren't my words. I'm not trying to be snarky. Actually, Comcast in their strategy says we already send, cable repair people into homes already, and so they could also potentially set up these devices as well.
You see? So, hey, man, as we went into camp, the brother, in my camp, he had brought out a beautiful point of how Esau is the king of convenience. Before you had to go, physically go to banks and go to prospective places to pay your bills. All right, now you can pay everything online or over the phone. All right, but if you know anything about Esau and his convenience, it always comes with a price. All right, for example, you get a ticket. All right, and they tell you to come to court. If you come to court, to fight this ticket, which most people don't want to miss work, so they pay it online. If you pay it online, you plead guilty. But one specific point I wanted to make on that is that you have to pay a convenience fee. So convenience comes at a cost with Esau, Edom, and that's for all your bills, man. You have to pay a convenience fee. All right, so conveniently, you have Comcast, or you have whatever, Verizon Files, and now Comcast, which eventually they're all going to do it, all right, because basically all one and the same, all right, they're going to push specific devices that they're going to put in your houses that can track your health, and the only way I see that happening is that they have to, put something inside of you, man, And then, if you know anything, brothers who do have a cable or Comcast or Verizon Files, every so often the box messes up. What's the word I'm looking for? Really, just in time for them to, put a new box in your house, man. So, hey, man, Esau's, he's up to something, man. The scripture said we are not ignorant of Satan's devices. All right, Esau's up to something. Esau don't give a damn about people's health. All right, if he did, he wouldn't put fluoride in the water. He wouldn't put chemtrails in the air. He wouldn't poison the food. You understand that it's a more sinister device behind it, man. Like the scriptures say, the tender mercies of the wicked are cruel. All right, the scriptures say though he speaks smooth, yet his words were drawn swords, man. Okay, so let's continue with this video.
it's typically older Americans who still have not cut the cord, as you mentioned. But the idea here is to create devices that essentially will track your health condition, be able to monitor what you're doing health-wise. And the idea is to really protect older Americans and help them to stay in their homes as long as possible independently. That's the idea behind it.
Yeah, and they specifically mention how many times you go to the bathroom, which I found kind of odd. But they do claim that they are already in talks with hospitals on how this could help in saving people from having to go to the ER. So, I mean, that's kind of a good thing, right?
And I forgot, too, mind you, this is all coming at a perfect time. You know, the perfect time to where Esau is now putting up his 5G towers everywhere, which will go perfectly, you know, we're linking everybody to the Internet of Things, man. You know, literally. All right. Because I'm going to get it in a little bit. First comes, you know, Esau coming in like a lamb, you know, being nice and smooth with it. And then comes the physical. All right.
Well, it is a good thing. I think the idea was that it's the work that's being done with the hospital, specifically Rush Hospital in Chicago. What they've been looking at is apparently there has been a federal look at hospitals that allow people to go home and then who immediately go back to the emergency room. So it would not really do anything about your first time visit to the emergency room, but it's the people who get discharged and then immediately end up back there. So there's a lot of criticism of hospitals right now saying you're sending people home too early. The incentive for the hospitals is to say, how could this device help to monitor people as they go home so they don't have to come back to the ER so quickly, so we have a better idea of what's happening with them. So, look, there's some potentially good things with it, but as always, there are potential negatives as well. Yeah,
you got to talk about that, Ben, because what sort of dangers could this sort of home, they market it as a home health monitoring, but what kind of danger can this present to the consumer?
Well, look, it's a home health monitor, but it's not a doctor, and it's not a nurse inside of your home. And so you have to be able to parse those two things. Having a device like this may be able to give you some basic functions or detect behavior that's unusual that's happening with you, especially in terms of heart rate. But look, most home health apps, and this is a little different than a home health app, but most home health apps are not very good at being able to be accurate in what they are determining. And then the other thing that's important to remember, and Manila, people forget this, is that the product is not the health monitoring device. Right. Comcast, Amazon, the product is you. You are the product. So when they put these devices in your home, it's not to get you to buy the device. It's to then turn you into the product so they can sell you stuff. And that's essentially what all these kinds of apps and these kinds of devices are for. You know, Nest and Amazon, everybody's tracking everything about you. The Internet of Things is not about providing you with something. It's about taking from you. And that's what I think a lot of these...
Hey, hey, he was dead on with that, which that leads me to that's all that basically is it's called behavioral biometrics. And for brothers, like, say for instance, you might be looking up anything, you might be looking up some headphones you want to buy, and then that might, let's say you was looking up headphones you want to buy last week. All right. And then that was last week, mind you. So you might go on your phone, you're looking up some current events or whatever. And lo and behold, you'll see an advertisement in the, in that current page that you're on, trying to sell you or trying to show you those same headphones that you were just looking at. That's known as behavioral biometrics. What's the word? Bio means body and metrics means the measure of, man. All right, so Esau's right now he's studying your behavior. All right, to see what else, how else can I ease this chip in there? How else can I ease more convenience in there, man? But it's like I said before, it's always at a cost, man. And he even mentioned it, man. They don't give a damn about you. They're in it for their own game, man. You're the product. They're not trying to sell you the product. You're the product. All right. So it says behavioral biometrics is the field of study related to the measure of uniquely identifying and measurable patterns in human activities. All right. That's why, like, a lot of these apps, they do the same thing. That's why they always ask you, to download this app. And then, if you download any app, they'll ask you, can we, look into your photos, and can we, go into your contacts? Like, what does that have to do with, this particular, what does that have to do with the app that you downloaded? Nothing, man. But Esau is all about prying into your life. Because like the scriptures say, he wants to sit in the seat, which I could just grab that. Just, let me try. I don't know why it's not coming up. Nah. There we go. Let me see. Sea of God. I always forget this one. Oh, okay, I was right. It was a little bit further up. 2 Thessalonians 2, verse 4. It says, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God, or that is worshipped, so that he as God sitteth in the temple of God. Wait, hold up. Shalaki. It says, oh, okay. Salaki. That was correct. Salaki. I'm a little tired, man. 2 Thessalonians 2 and 4. It says, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God, which is Esau. Basically, he's trying to do that now. Push the Most High out of the picture and make it to where he is the Most High. All right? Or that is worship, so that he is God. He as God sitteth in the temple of God, which he wants to ultimately, that's his goal. He wants to sit in your temple. All right? Which you Israelites, you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we represent the temple of God. As it says in, was it 1 Corinthians 3 and 16? Show him himself that he is God. And one thing about the Most High, he's everywhere. His name is He Is, man. Which that also, another pointer to prove that that the Lord name is He Is, because He is everywhere, man. Like that movie Lucy even showed you that. When basically she was able to basically use 100% of her brain, she became like a god, man. And then at the end, the cop was like, oh, where are you? And she was like, I'm everywhere. So that's what Esau is trying to do through his technology. That's why he got cameras and these sensors, he's trying to put in your home. And you got the what's that? It started off with the Google Alexa. All right, now you got this Comcast thing going on.
Devices will ultimately turn into. How can we sell you more stuff to make you think that it makes your life better, but it doesn't necessarily?
Yeah, speaking of sell you more stuff, Amazon, who sells me everything apparently. What about this Amazon venture into wearables? It'll be linked to a phone app. The idea is that this wearable device will monitor human emotions and give you this Alexa-like voice assistant to calm you down or give you other advice if it senses that your heart rate is up. Isn't this getting kind of into this realm, Ben, of like this weird Isaac Asimov nightmare?
It really is. It's so bizarre. Like, look, Amazon does some great things, and I don't want to be.
Hey man, as you mentioned, that made me think of the movie Upgrade. Same exact thing. For brothers who haven't seen that, you should definitely go see that, man. It's basically, Esau, him having all the power with that chip. Because it's basically a man, he got hurt in a car accident. Oh yeah, something happened to him where he got hurt in a car accident, and some scientists basically put a chip in his brain. I think it was in his spine. All right, that was basically connected to his brainstem, and it was controlling him, man. And that's essentially what Esau wants to do. He wants all the control.
Disingenuous here. I use Amazon all the time. I don't even like leaving to go to the store for anything. Just send it to me, Amazon.
I'm with you.
Get it here today if possible. Right? I'm all about that. But what I really detest about Amazon is the idea that it's going to move into this phase of our lives where it's going to be our comforter and your friend and your connection. I do not want Amazon for a friend. I want you to send me stuff that I want to get, but that's where we draw the line. I don't want to date you. I don't want you at my dinner table. I don't want to have conversations with you. And that's what Alexa's turning into. All these technologies are turning into a way of essentially interacting with you. But what they're really doing is they're really recording you, deciding what you're doing because you're the product. And you have to see it that way, that you are the product. And by the way, when I say I use Amazon for lots of things, one thing I don't do, I don't have an Amazon Alexa, I don't have a Nest, and I don't have a Ring doorbell where they know everything that I'm doing. I think you have to put some limitations on what these companies do.
I'm with you right there, Ben. I love that Amazon brings everything to my door, but do I want Jeff Bezos?
But stay out there.
Right, Jeff Bezos in my house 24/7. I think I'll take a pass on that. I got better people I can talk to. Like you, Ben Swan. Thank you so much.
Yeah, that was also in that movie Upgrade, man. To where basically, the main character, he was like living, he was living kind of in the past to where he worked on his own car. He still had like a 1970s Challenger, something like that. But his wife and the house that they were living in was like a smart house. It was an upgraded house, which I guess that was supposed to be like a replica of the future, which they show you on a lot of these movies, like The Fifth Element, how they really want the future to be, man. Self-driving cars, they even have that now, man. All right, so this is what Esau plans to be how Esau plans it to be for the future. Hey, they want to hey, you got the transhumanism thing going now. To where they have these basically self-driven robots, and they trying to make them seem normal, man. Nothing's normal about this, like this guy is going into. And this is the world that Esau wants to come out with, man. This is Esau's new world order.
Much for your take on this.
Manila, thanks.
Hey YouTube, thanks for checking.
So as always, you gotta get the famous precept. This is Revelations 13 and 11. I want to start at 11, and it says, "And I beheld another beast coming out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon." Because Esau Edom was, he had two horns like a lamb. He come out, all, relaxed and docile, seemingly docile. All right, but hey, he has a forked tongue. All right, he's gonna force his chip on you eventually by all means necessary. That's what the scripture said in Revelation 20:4. All right, some shall be beheaded for the witness of Yahushua. All right, because someone's gonna be martyrs for not receiving that chip. There's even a movie about that. I forgot. I think it's called I forgot the name of it. What is the mark? I believe. I think that's the name of the movie. If a brother come across this video, Babu Kushar, you can put it in the comment board. And it says, "He exercised all the power of the first beast before him, and caused the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed." Okay. And that's basically, the Roman Empire, man. You know, that daily one was healed because they were taken out of power for a little bit under Israelites, and then now they got the power back, man. All right, which I remember the apostle way back when he brought a beautiful point of how the EU one of there was a treaty I guess that you could say that they stand by, known as the Treaty of Rome, man. You know, and that's heavy, man. I'm like, man, this place is definitely ancient Rome, man. You know, you got the Roman numerals. They tell you to they tell you to even when I mean when I was in school, they would tell you to write papers in Times New Roman. All right, so it says and he exercises all the power of the first beast before him and causes the earth. All right, you have the democracy as far as the Rome was what the plebeians and patricians. Now you have the Democrats and the Republicans. You know, you have the Senate and all that, man. And he exercised all the power of the first beast before him and caused the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed. And he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men, and deceiveth them that on earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwelt on the earth, that they should make an image to the beast, which had the wound by his sword, and did live. I'm going to read that once more. It says, and deceiveth them that dwell on earth by the means of those miracles, which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth, that they should make an image to the beast, which had the wound by his sword, and did live, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, and the image of the beast should both speak, and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. You see? So as I always go into, in the beginning it was all, Esau coming like a lamb, man. Come with miracles, you know what I'm saying? Look, now amputees can walk. Now people that were blind can see through the chip. All right? So it says that's what he deceived them by the means of those miracles. Doing things that otherwise people wouldn't think that could be done. He had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak, and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. Okay? Hey, man, so expect more from these companies, man. Comcast, they're going to push that on you, They're going to say, they could just easily add that with cable, Oh, you want cable, you got to get this. Or you want, internet, because a lot of people, even if you don't have internet, you still got to go through one of these internet providers like Comcast and Verizon. So they can easily push that through the internet or whatever. Which, might be also another cause for the famine of the word. Okay? Hey, man, so the chip is coming, man. The chip is coming. It's here. It's lucky. I can't even say it's coming. It's here, man. It's being pushed all throughout the world, and we just waiting for the grand finale to where it be pushed, as the scriptures say. All be, basically, he calls it all, both small and great. All right, what's that word cause basically means? Let's just get it. The word cause, poleo, poieo, to make, Alright, to be the authors of the cause to make ready to prepare. So he's preparing the people now. Alright, paving the way, if you will. He's causing the people both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond. Alright? So hey, look forward to them pushing it in these jails. You know, that's the bond. Alright? To receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark of the name, or the name of the beast, you know, which the mark of the beast can do many things. But as the scriptures say, you also are going to be able to buy and sell with it. Here's the wisdom: let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for in the number of a man, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. Hey, so Lord willing, you know, through the Spirit, you know, I can just look for more RFID videos, man. This being the year of Karagma and all, man. You know, hey, man. So with that, shalom to the elect.